So for Christmas I was given a £99 mystery holiday from Voucher. If you've never come across these before, it's essentially return flights plus a hotel for the price of £99 per person. But the whole idea is that you've got no idea where you're going to end up. You could be going to New York or you could be going to Bulgaria. So we're going to find out, is it really worth the £99 that you pay for this flight and the hotel? Or are you just better off sorting it yourself and going somewhere that you actually want to go? So we're leaving at 6 AM tomorrow to get to the airport to find out where we're going. So hang around for that. Sent to Malta. If you don't know Malta, it's a small island in the Mediterranean just off the coast of Italy, and this was a pleasant surprise as I've not been Malta before and it's not somewhere that I'd necessarily choose to go, so the fact that we didn't really have a choice is quite good because I don't know another time that I would come here. In terms of the flight here, the flight out was at 9 AM. We got here at around 1:30. Okay, because you get a fair bit of the afternoon and evening of that first day left. You're not arriving at a stupid o'clock in the evening, which is pretty good for the value. One of the main spots in Malta is Valletta, which we did a little pit stop at, but that is not our final destination. The final stop that we've been sent to by Voucher is St. Paul's Bay in Bugibba. But obviously the whole point of the video is seeing if this £99 holiday is actually worth doing, because you pay £99, you get two flights, return flights, and obviously you get the hotel room for 2 nights as well. So let's show you around the room. So I thought I'd start in the bathroom. Pretty nice, pretty standard. Doesn't really get much better than this really. You don't really need too much more in your bathroom. And it's a nice size as well. Some bathrooms you get are absolutely tiny, but pretty decent size for this one. The actual bedroom. I don't get me wrong, it's nothing fancy, but again, you get a bed, you get a TV, you get a fridge, it's everything you sort of need. It's pretty basic in that aspect. A few of these smoking holes on the duvet, which is always a good sign. It's always really good. Nice little painting on the wall. Really brings the place to light. It is made by the view. Don't get me wrong, the random wall isn't the best, but at least we can see the sea, which is nice. That's the room. We're going to explore around St. Paul's Bay, grab something to eat, have a drink, see what it has to offer. So it's now the next day. To be honest, we were absolutely shattered last night and didn't really go too far, so we just went somewhere local to grab some food. But obviously we spent the night on these beds, and to be honest, they're a bit noisy, as you can see. One turn around, there's a lot of noise going on. Got a few little ash holes where someone's obviously been smoking in here, so that's nice. There's also a lot of construction noise, but it could be a lot worse. What were your thoughts on the night's sleep?
I actually had a really nice night's sleep. My bed's fine. So this way, a little bit noisy.
So yeah, it appears I got the noisy one, but I think I was spending the night on this one. This one's nowhere near as bad. Well, that was a bad example, but yeah. But yeah, the plan is hop on a boat, go to Gozo, which is a smaller island just to the west of Malta, and also the island of Comino, which is where the Blue Lagoon is located. The idea of the Blue Lagoon is to jump in and then snorkel potentially, but since we're in March and it's currently, well, it's 16 degrees, it's a bit breezy. Not sure if we're going to brave the cold water yet, but we'll see. I'm going to pack the trunks just in case. So we have pastéis, which is like the local pastry, and I put out a TikTok asking for things to do, and this was on the list of things to try. This wasn't my bite, by the way. It's a criminal for that. So this is my first try. It's like a cheesy bake from Greg's, but the pastry is a lot more crispy. Pretty good, to be fair. This is one with ricotta cheese in.
That's really nice.
It's pretty good. And there's one with another filling, I'm not sure what it is. We'll have to try that as well. This is an old English ambulance, all the way on a tiny island in the middle of the Mediterranean. Told not to stay at the front because it's so choppy and it's get soaked. More improvement. It has not calmed down in the slightest. Still absolutely crazy. Can't even walk properly. It's like bloody. It's like you smashed trying to walk across the boat. Arrived at the Blue Lagoon, as you can tell. Most interesting docking I've ever seen, to be honest. But I suppose with the lack of platform, not much you can do. Whoa. Thank you. So we've got 2 hours on this island now. Got to be back to the boat for 1. If you want to get on it, just get one of these Blue Lagoon land passes, completely free. Take this for a view, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't really get better than this. I mean, it could be hotter, but look at this. So this is the island of Comino. Again, it's a very smallly populated, well, it's very small in terms of population, this island, but it's very famous for its Blue Lagoon and pineapples with cocktails in. It's very strong, I must say, and it's not much pineapple in it. I think it's a pina colada, but again, very good. €10 though, so be prepared to pay the price. How green it is. So this is Comino, slightly up the hill from the Blue Lagoon, and as you can see, there's absolutely nobody around. It's obviously not a very popular area for people to explore, but there's a lot of greenery, which is quite surprising, really. I wasn't expecting it to look like this at all. So I'm now on the island of Gozo in its main city, Victoria. It's a very interesting looking place, to be honest. You can tell by the streets. So this is Gozo, which is a small island just to the west of Malta. We're here for a couple hours, whilst we basically just for a couple hours had to get a bus down to the main city, which is Victoria, and then we can just have a wander around, grab some food, see the sights, do what we want to do around the area. So we have now returned from Malta. We're back in the UK. Is the voucher £99 holiday worth doing? Should you do it? Is it actually any good? Now, I think you got to look at it in two ways, because first of all, it's £99. I mean, there is a little bit extra because we didn't want to fly from London. We wanted to fly from a more local airport. We had to pay £40 on top. It was actually £139 each. So bear this in mind if you're not flying from London. And you only realistically get one full day and maybe a morning and an afternoon either side. So if we worked out the actual cost of what we got, the hotel room was about £30 a night, which is relatively cheap, to be honest. And then if you were to look at flights out of the local airport to Malta, they're averaging from a Monday out to a Wednesday return, they're averaging over £100 as well, between 100 to 120. So you might be overspending, you know, not loads, maybe 30, 40, £50 at most. But I suppose you pay for the novelty of it, which is having no idea where you're going to go, having a bit of a surprise. Or even if you want to go away and you've got no idea where you want to go, you can't make a decision, it's probably a good way to do it because it makes a decision for you. But if you have an idea of where you want to go and it's just for a couple nights, you're probably better off sourcing it through Skyscanner and Booking.com, and you'll probably save a bit more money and probably get a nicer hotel as well. I would have never chosen Malta myself, so the fact that we didn't necessarily have a choice was good, and it put us somewhere that, you know, you wouldn't necessarily think of going. But that is the end. That is my verdict on the £99 voucher holiday. If you want a surprise, go for it. If you know where you want to go, just go through and book it yourself. That's the best way to do it.